Today we've got the business stands on three revenue pillars. One of them continues to be the professional market, high-end customers, whether it's universities or defense or industrials and so on. So that's still in place. The second one is our low vision products, helping people with vision disabilities. And the third one is the open source and open source gaming. It turns out that all these three areas share a core of technology, whether it's understanding in optics or ergonomics or software or FPGA design and so on and so on. So one can certainly feed off the others. Our investors certainly took some convincing, but we were steadfast in our belief that that's the way to go, and I hope we will be proven right. It used to be very, very small. It used to be a couple of companies making head-mounted displays. We would go to trade shows. There were 7 exhibitors, and everyone knew everyone else, and that was about it. Now it's exploding, and it's exploding in multiple ways. There are basically 2 or 3 basic configurations for head-mounted displays. One is phone-based, where you say, if you have a phone, a smartphone, and a Samsung or an LG or Motorola, whatever phone you have, you already have a very nice screen, internet connectivity, lots of processing power, memory. You basically have a computer in your pocket. So if I can put that here and put a couple of lenses and maybe some other peripherals, I can have sort of an everyman's virtual reality device. So that's one direction, and you've got tons and tons of vendors say, I have a better lens, and I have a nicer head strap, and I'm going to paint pink, and I'm going to have this, that, or the other. Then the others are PC-based gaming, where you have a virtual reality goggle that connects to a PC or to a game console. So Sony, for instance, has announced one. Facebook has a PC-based device, and so on and so on. So our strategy, because these are very large companies and we don't have the budgets or the time to create an end-user brand, we decided to go essentially the Sensics inside, the OEM route, where we'd say, look, we've got 10 years of experience, expertise, technology, assets. We sort of know things, we've learned things that you don't know yet, we've forgotten things that you haven't learned yet. So we can work with you, consumer electronics company or medical company, to get your products to market much, much quicker. By working with us on the open source project, you would benefit from a lot of partners that are already integrated there, from a lot of content that already exists. So we want to be the engine inside many of these solutions going forward, as opposed to a Sensics shelf in Best Buy. So I think that once you put a goggle and have some computing power on your head, the next thing is sensors. So for instance, looking around is nice, but what I'd really like to do is sort of touch virtual objects or manipulate, or imagine that I have sort of a Windows desktop and I can move things around. So it's not just about what I see, but you want to sense where my hands are with my fingers. Maybe if you're playing a game, you want to see my heart rate, if I'm excited, if I'm too excited. Maybe you want to track my gaze direction, where I'm looking at. So if you were an avatar in a game, you could say, why are you looking at my nose? What's wrong with my nose? Or why are you not looking at me? Why are you looking at the door behind me? So sensors become very important. And when you look at wearables, whether it's a wristband or maybe jackets or shirts that have sensors that can tell you your hand position, that becomes very important. I think the goggle could become the sensor hub for a lot of things that go on, and so it's certainly feasible that we would work with an Under Armour or many other companies to get the data that they already have into the game, into the goggle.